a humpback whale right there, right next to the shore. It's having some fun. You are joining me on my 30-day solo sailing trip in the Alaskan wilderness. This time I'll get to hoist the sails and solo sail this boat for the first time ever. The trip itself has these 4 simple rules that I just made up by myself. First of all, no harbors, only anchoring. Second, I want to spend the whole 30 days just enjoying the solitude. Third, I want to catch some fish and shrimp. And fourth, I of course also want to ski some of those snow-covered mountains. Welcome along! Tomorrow's mountain there somewhere. I'm just gonna set anchor here in this small bay and get some sleep. We are going skiing and we are starting with a traditional bushwhack here. A bit of a mission here first. Just need to find some snow here. This is good, this is what we want. Makes skiing a lot easier. That's some good skiing right there. Still got a ways to go, and honestly I did a big oopsie. I put my 360 camera somewhere. I left it somewhere on the way, or it fell out of my pocket or something. I hope I can find it on the way down. This here is a really nice peak as well, and should be some good skiing. Unbelievable, but I found it. It's here. Right there. I was taking my skis off before getting ready to climb up this crap to get to the snow. I wouldn't have left it like this. I usually put it like this if I leave it in the snow. Whatever. Now I have it. Guys, it's not real summer skiing if there's not a bit of bushwhacking involved. Some climbing moves right there. This is, by the way, why I'm wearing sunglasses and gloves. It's just to protect myself. It's t-shirt weather here otherwise, but yeah, here we go. A little bit of skiing. tomorrow's weather forecast is 25 to 35 knots of wind, and there is a small craft warning and I think a gale warning as well. So I'm going to a new anchorage again, because the one that we were in just not good enough for me in those conditions. So we're gonna go to a new place and then we'll be set up for tomorrow when the front comes in. And today there actually is some wind, but it's directly against me, so I'm not going to sail yet. I'm literally just going like 3 miles to the anchorage. It's 9 p.m. right now, so I just want to get anchored and get some rest. We are literally going to that island over there. Oh my, this sunset here, it just keeps on going. First kind of yellow and now pink, and I've been shooting it now for an hour or so already. Okay, we are all set. These gusty winds, oh my god, coming from each side. That's really annoying. But that's kind of expected with these steep mountains in the east, and the wind is from the east, so the wind keeps gusting down the sides of the mountain, which is not really, it's nothing new to me, but it's just so annoying. First from port side the gust hits, and then the boat moves away, but then the next gust is from the starboard side, and the direction of the wind is not really stable, so the boat sails around in the anchor like crazy. And when I look at the plotter, you know, when the gusts hit from one side to the other and there's slack in the anchor chain, the boat actually sails at like 2 or 3 knots. And then the anchor, you know, then the chain goes taut, and then the boat suddenly stops and just swings. And so yeah, a place like this, it can get really sketchy if it's windier than this. But right now it's not that windy, you know, it's just a little bit of wind. Today I'm heading to a place called Hidden Bay, and this is gonna be a tricky one. It's not gonna be an easy one. So we are here and we want to get in here, and obviously the problem is here. The entrance, you have to go through here and here, and this is like 20 meters wide, 60 feet, and there's rocks in there as well. It's gonna be a little bit tricky because obviously I don't have a spotter on the bow right now, So what I'm gonna do, or what I'm gonna try to do, is I'm gonna fly the drone. I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I'm gonna fly the drone and see if I can spot the shallows with the drone. And so we have a swinging centerboard, and I've put it down approximately halfway, but I haven't locked it. So if we do run into something, then the centerboard is gonna kind of like take the impact and swing up, and hopefully then the rest of the boat won't go on the rocks. We need to go in at high tide because otherwise there's not enough water. But if you do hit a rock and if you get stuck on the rock at high tide, then that's really bad, because yeah, in a couple of hours there will be a couple of meters less water, and then you're just gonna be perched on top of a rock, and that's like really bad. So entering at maximum high tide is kind of like a, you know, all or nothing approach. What else have I done? Yeah, I have the dinghy ready in case there's really an emergency and I need to use the dinghy to push the big boat off the rocks or something. Let's go. So that's the entrance right there. It turns out that the drone can be really useful for scouting out the shallows, especially when the water is as clear as it is here. It would have been even better if I had a polarizing filter for the lens. You can clearly see some of the shallows here in these shots. Yeah, it is narrow here. Change the drone battery here. Yep, despite the dramatic music, I made it through just fine and set up anchor for the night. Alright, I'm anchored, so we are all set. I'm just gonna go for an evening ski run because it's a pretty nice weather. I want to use this opportunity to get some fresh air. Looks like we're gonna get some company. Hello.
How are you?
Julie and Kevin turned up on their beautiful sailboat and shared the anchorage with me. So yes, I guess that in the end I did break rule number 3. But it was really nice seeing some people after a couple of weeks alone. Alright, the first evening ski of the season pretty much. So cool. And the evening sun is gonna come out pretty soon. Probably just as we get to the top. Oh my god, look at this. Really good snow as well. This is gonna be fun to ski. Whew. Ouch. It's around day 20 right now and I'm doing fine because today we got some wind, so we're gonna be doing some sailing. I already have the general out, but we're gonna get the mainsail as well. So let's get to work. Looks good. I'm glad that I made the effort to actually sail today, because I thought, yeah, it's rainy, maybe I'll just motor to the next anchorage. But it's other than the rain, it's pretty ideal conditions for me to be testing things out alone. Less than 10 knots of wind, and we are doing 5.5 to 6 knots right now. It's pretty good, I would say, for heavy cruising boat like this, so I'm definitely happy with that. And yeah, just nice sailing right now. Alright, that was the end of that drone. That was the first drone that I've lost in the sea ever. Usually you can do a takeoff like that, but I don't know what happened. I've done it multiple times before. Man, that sucks. That really sucks. And I don't like doing environmental damage either. Obviously that's just trash that ended up in the sea right now. It's hundreds of meters deep here, so there's no way to retrieve that. I've launched and landed a drone from a boat, from a moving boat now, probably hundreds of times, literally. And that's the first one that I've lost like this. I've destroyed other drones in other ways, but I've never lost one in the sea before. I don't know what went wrong with the launching. I I've done that many times before. This drone has been acting up a little bit lately though, so who knows. I mean, they are not really meant to be used like this, you know. You're not supposed to launch them from a moving boat, and obviously we are on top of water here, so if something happens, it's goner. So I fly my drones in a way where I'm always, you know, kind of aware of the fact that I might damage it or lose it. That's just pretty much the only way to get good shots. You know, if you are not ready to suffer some losses every now and then I think it's very hard to get good shots with the drone, especially in these conditions that where we are in. You know, it's raining, snowy, windy. It's kind of like, you know, shit happens. It's just a calculated risk, and this time the risk realized itself. So no drone. Alright guys, we are going to Masked Bay, which is somewhere back there. That's gonna be our anchorage for tonight. The wind keeps switching around all the time. I'll just show you on the chart where we need to get into. We are here, we are entering the so-called dangerous passage here. I don't know why it's called dangerous, but anyway, that's what it's called. And we want to get in here. It should be easier than the previous one, or at least more space. Okay, it's not the best looking sail stack ever, but it will do. Now just go into the bay and get settled in. This should be pretty deep all the way through though, like around 30 feet, 10 meters, something like that. Down. That's the chimney. Now let's go inside and turn the heat on. Don't look in there and keep your eyes away. Now it's making us some nice heat in there. And the fans are spreading the heat a little bit. And now I'm gonna drink a beer to mourn the loss of the drone. It's pretty late already, it's 1:45. Cheers. This is not very good beer, but I guess it wasn't a very good drone either, so it's a good match. Today it's the day 26 or 27, so we are nearing the end. And yeah, to be honest, I haven't been that active lately. It's just been raining. It's been a little bit boring, to be honest. Today though, it's only raining a little bit and it's actually quite bright out, and we have some friends right next to the boat. Have a look here. These guys are chunky, look very healthy. Just chilling. I guess seals also face a lot of hardships, but now during the spring, when there's plenty of food and the weather is nice, it doesn't seem such a bad idea to be a seal. You just eat your tummy full and then you go and choose the nicest rock around and chill around until you feel hungry again, and then go for another round. However, we are gonna be doing something completely different today. We're gonna have a look at this system here. Ta-da-da, ta-da-da. So Bluetti sent me these things to review, and I have some good ideas for how I can use this stuff. So let me just show you what these are and how they work. And I think the most interesting part of this system is this here. I've been testing this system for several days now actually. This is obviously a portable solar panel here. It's 200 watts. And this is when my microphone cut out, so let me just tell you the facts here. You are meant to put this portable solar panel on the ground, and it has this integrated stand for it. But I've just added these temporary lines to tie it onto the boom instead. Cruising boats spend most of their time at anchor, so to be able to easily add 200 watts of solar is really nice. I have now actually wired this panel in such a way that it charges our main batteries directly and can be added while at anchor. We also have this EB55 solar generator, which is basically a battery, an inverter and a solar charge controller all in one. The battery inside is around 540 watt hours, which means around 50 amp hours at 12 volts. What's nice about this is that it's truly standalone, so we've used it while camping and it's a good backup on the boat as well. We've now used this system for several months, and I can say that the solar panels are definitely better quality than most of the really cheap portable panels out there. The one iffy thing that I found is that the description for the solar panel says that they are waterproof, but it also says that you should protect them from rain and snow, which is a bit contradictory. Our panels have survived plenty of rain though. The panels fold up quite small, so they're easy to store on board while not in use. I don't like the huge solar panel support structures that some boats have, so this kind of solution is practical, and I think there's huge potential for more portable solar panel systems on boats. Oh, there's two of them. The whole boat is here. At least 5 or 6. I saw the orcas circling this area here, and there's a shallow area here, so I think they were feeding on something, and I saw some seabirds as well, so I'm gonna try my luck. See if I can catch a fish. Oh yeah, I got a fish. That literally took me like a minute at maximum. It's not a big one, so I think it's maybe a rockfish again. Yeah, it's a lot fish. I'm just gonna do it like this. Or is this sea bass? I'm not actually completely sure what this is. I have to Google this, but the only thing that I'm not allowed to take is yellow eye rockfish, and this is not yellow eye rockfish. So we can eat this one. But if it's certain type of rockfish, then I only can take one of them. So this pretty much concludes my fishing as well, you know, since I'm not sure what it is. And the reason why there's restrictions on these and why the restrictions are quite strict is that these rockfish, many of them only reach maturity when they are like 15 years old. They don't reproduce until they get like 10 or 15 years old, from what I understand. And they can live to up to 70 or 75 years old. So this one, for example, that I have here is highly likely, you know, quite an old fish. So also when you eat this thing, you know, you have to kind of respect that a little bit and remember that the fish, you know, lived a long and a hopefully happy life, and it's not gonna end up in my tummy. Yeah. The orcas are still going around, like it's just a wild TV show out here. That's the first bear of the season, guys. First bear that I see here in Alaska, or pretty much anywhere. It's a pretty healthy looking black bear. Just chilling out and digging for some clams. I was just keeping an eye on all of these gravel and sand beaches because I knew that's where I'm likely going to see some now during low tide. The bears come and dig for clams and other stuff on the beaches. I'm gonna give this guy some space now though, even though he doesn't really seem to care at all, and I'll continue on my own journey. So this is us here right now, and we will anchor here. It is obviously very open, but we have very little swell right now, so it's fine. And then we'll go outside here and we'll go into this inlet here, and Seward is at the end of the inlet over here. So that's going to be our final destination. I'm not gonna eat the fish today yet. I put the fillets in the fridge with just a little bit of salt on them, and I find that most fish taste better kind of the next day, or at least they are easier to fry when you put them on the pan, and so they don't fall into pieces as easily. So it's just gonna be soup and the beer. This is also the best view that we've had. I wish I had something thoughtful to say now that we are closing on the end of this 30 days and the end of this journey, but I don't really have that much to say. I've enjoyed it. Next time I'll pack more candy and other treats I ran out of like all the really nice stuff to eat already a couple of weeks ago. I felt the Genoa away because these cliffs are really cool. There's thousands of seabirds nesting here. And there's some mountain goats climbing up the cliffs as well. Pretty cool. Sea lion. Getting closer to Seward, I also started seeing more signs of human life. But the things that I saw were actually a bit surprising. Looks like someone's getting married. And this looks like a pretty expensive wedding here. This tug is towing a barge. That's normal. But what the hell? Why'd you put a car up there? That's a military plane there. Low. Flying really low. Here we are, Seward. This is a huge harbor. This is gonna be a bit of a culture shock for me now. And of course, this is the most exciting part for the last. I need to try and find a spot. And it's already 10-11 p.m. or something, so the harbor office is not open anymore, so we're just gonna try to find a transient spot. It's very busy because the fishing season has started. We're probably gonna end up going somewhere over here. No, I'm not really sure. This is gonna be fun. It was exciting going into a new harbor and docking this boat alone for the first time. I circled around for a bit and I didn't see any vacant transient spots except for the very corner of the harbor. When in tight spaces like this, I always want to make sure that I have an avenue of escape, so that's why before I commit to this spot, I reverse in to make sure that there's enough space. It looks okay, but the wind is directly from astern, so there's no way to make the turn in reverse, so I decide to turn the boat around and go for it.
As long as there's enough water, well, I think there's water here, right?
Yeah, it gets shallow on the break wall.
Yeah.
But you should be good there.
Yeah.
Like a pro.
Well, I wasn't able to reverse. I wanted to reverse in, but it didn't work. Oh.
Well, here we are now in the smallest corner of the whole harbor. I wanted to put the boat here because I'm gonna be leaving to Finland and I want to have the boat somewhere where it doesn't get so crowded, because it's gonna get really crazy here with all the fishing boat and sports fishing boat. So now that we are next to the breakwater here, no one can really raft up to us. There's not enough room here. It gets too shallow at low tide. So yeah, that was a pretty good harbor entrance, even if I say so myself. In short, I went and congratulated myself with an ice cream. The end. I hope these videos might inspire you to go out and enjoy the outdoors, on a boat or not, and have a look at what's happening out there in the nature. I promise you it'll make your day better. Or just go and buy a nice ice cream, that's good as well. If you like the video, you can contribute to my drone fund by signing up on Patreon. I've actually already replaced the drone that I lost in this video, but I'm sure that the new one will also die a gruesome death sooner or later. The next two videos will be from Finland and I'm really excited for them, and then we'll be back on Lumi again. See you all next time. Bye bye.